Sorry, I didn't have my auto out. I'm really sad because I can't get a ticket to see Doomsday. And I do have a ticket with AMC, but I can't see Doomsday on the same day as Doom Part 3. And that's a problem for me, really. It's a problem because well, I want to see both of them. I want to get into some of these out of theater reactions for pardon my you can see this, right?
Don't heckle me. Heckle back.
This is the red carpet premiere.
Heckle away.
Heckle.
Heckle, Larry.
Oh, you got Michael B. Jordan. He looks so young with that.
Michael, look back.
You kind of wonder what an actor can do at the movie or doing at the meal. He looks kind of nervous. You gotta stand there and be like, let them take pictures of you, take shots at you. I guess they gotta pose in different areas. Here's the director. Tom Holland, just stand there with your hands in your pockets and just kind of look like a statue for a bit as they take photos of you. You know him from Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. What exactly is your plan? What exactly is your plan? John Bonthal.
One more, look this way, John. Thanks, man.
The Punisher. Whoa! He's always young in his movies. Now he's in the Odyssey as well. Looking all serious. Serious Punisher face. You get the whole team together. More pictures. I think his name is Luffy or some shit. I don't like the fact that they're using influencers. I don't like that. No, they don't need to do that. What they need to do is get a job. It is, it's not a job. It's just not a career. It's not a fucking career. Don't do that. What is Jaden Pickett Smith doing? It's not Jaden, but what's Smith doing there? Yeah, I think this is just a repeat.
That sexy smile, Michael.
Anyway, you get what I mean, right? You get what I mean about that. So, damn, I should load. I've got a lot of this to do. If my stuff isn't like moved for that I hope I don't get a copyright. So I want to get into the this one is yet to premiere, I believe. Is it?
The first social media reactions to Spider-Man Brand New Day are here. So let's talk about what the people that have seen the film are saying. So once again, just so we are clear, these are not reviews, these are social media reactions and impressions that hit. These are not full reviews. They are legally not allowed to put up their reviews yet, so they can just give us a gist, sort of a feeling of what they're feeling, I guess is the best way to put it. So how are the people that watch Spider-Man Brand New Day reacting to the film? Well, the good news is it's overwhelmingly positive. Of course, there are some people saying, hey, I'm going to talk about this more in my review, so you get what I'm saying. But from what I'm seeing across the board, as they keep showing up and as people are posting them, it's generally very much praised. One thing.
So here's the thing: you just saw that red carpet premiere. When you see that, and all these reviewers, they get early access. It's not really early access; it's just a red carpet premiere. And it's they don't have to sign an NDA. They essentially cannot post the reviews until after today at some time, just like 6 hours, give or take, PT Pacific Standard Time. That's California. Um, generally, what was I gonna say? They don't really it's kind of hard to trust them because if you let them on the red carpet in the premiere, you let them see the movie. Audio, and I'm looking behind me to make sure my door's closed because privacy. You're giving them an incentive to call the movie good. And you've heard this before. Oh, they're just saying it's good because they got to see the Olio doing the red carpet premiere. That is what you risk. So it's kind of, and you really trust what these reviewers are saying because they're seeing it somewhat early, not entirely like a months earlier, but they're seeing it publicly early. The premiere was on the 27th, which is a Monday. This is the Monday of the week that it's going to premiere. The movie is going to be released. It's going to be released this Friday, 31st of July, or the 30th if you count Thursday. It's the new Friday. Thank God I'm going to say the 30th. We all the points to the phone. But I just uploaded, I don't know if it's done processing yet, a video of issues with Zendaya's Mary Jane. No, not with the actress Zendaya herself. I don't have a problem with her. It's just her as the character of MJ, not even Mary Jane. Uh, and I do have some issues with Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man, but I don't want to digress any further. What I do want to get kind of hello that does make sense, I guess. Let's not get into that. First of all, Zendaya, Zendaya's MJ. What's her name? I heard her name before in the movie, but oh, Michelle Jones Watson. So it's not Mary Jane Watson; it's Michelle Jones Watson. That sounds blacker, if you will, because the character's obviously half black or part black. She's biracial, multiracial. Zendaya's biracial. Her ethnicity is black and white. Let me see. I can actually find that. I know sometimes they uh like to hide this information or like to keep it secret. She is biracial with African American and Nigerian ancestry from her father, that's basically black, and German and Scottish ancestry from her mother. So she's black and white. And you can say multiracial because if you want to separate African American and Nigerian and then German and Scottish, they're all four different countries. I get, but honestly, Nigeria is in Africa, so you're basically saying African. When people say African American in Nigeria, that's like saying African American in Egyptian. You're still saying African when you're saying Egyptian or Nigeria. It's like if you look it up, Nigeria is in West Africa. Oh, it's a beautiful shot, like and so if you got Western Africa, I'm gonna look up versus Egypt. Get rid of the small ass right now. I didn't mean to get the school of you. Okay, I'm just gonna look up Egypt, right? Egypt is a country. It's roughly it's eastern tip of Africa. Okay, so you know, but they mean African American. They mean Black American. Because so she's got Black American ancestry, Nigerian ancestry. That means that she's got Nigeria. But then you got German and Scottish, which are two different European countries. Basically, she's Black. So yeah, Black American with roots in Arkansas and Nigerian ancestry. Cleo. Oh, so her last name is Coleman. Okay, is white with German and Scottish roots. So cultural identity has stated she is very proud of her mixed heritage. And her first name comes from the Shonan name Chandaya, meaning to give thanks. She has openly spoken about her identity as a light-skinned black woman in Hollywood. I mean, you're not really black biracial, you know? Because it's like saying, I could just say dark-skinned white woman. So dark-skinned white man. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know if the Zendaya's MJ's related to that thing. The full chain with Michelle Jones. So is it Michelle Jones or Michelle Jordan? Because they got Michelle Jones and they got Michelle Jordan. Anyway, I guess the movie was stated. Um, she's pretty much just calling MJ. I think she's this year's MJ, like same soul or whatever, just like a different first name, different whole name. Fuck that dudes and dudes, blah blah blah. Not gonna get into all that. Right. Anyway, I don't have a problem with the actress so much as I do the character. I don't like how she sulks. She's always sad. She's always too serious about shit. She appears to be blacker than she needs to be, meaning that I've seen black women characters that are generally happier. Like that black woman in Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog Part 1, 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2. That she's depicted as smart, snarky classmate of people. You're smart and snarky. Snarky Jay. Because and you see Far From Home, she becomes his love interest as well as correctly guessing Peter was Spider-Man. Yeah, she guessed that Peter was Spider-Man. They didn't let her figure it out. She kind of did. You know that was their way, the MC's way, quickly revealing it to get it out of the way, so they could go ahead and establish the relationship. And I just didn't like that how they were kind of. Anyway, yeah, she's just kind of intended as a reinvention of Mary J. Watson, while her nickname Revere was a homage to the sporting character within comic books. The form she is the original character. it wasn't just Mary Jane Watson. It wasn't just Gwen Stacy. It wasn't just I don't know. My point is, I don't really like the characters. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get back to it. So as you see, I like live stream a lot, different, including but not limited isn't going odyssey because there's so much heat in that. Especially for people who they don't really know what they're talking about. But let's check out more of these out of the
Thing I constantly am seeing pretty much across the board when people talk about it, if they're choosing to talk about it, is the visuals of the film. They seem to be way better than the last entry, or even the last 3 entries for Spider-Man, saying that clearly they wanted something different and they wanted New York to feel like it was real, and I guess you could say dirty to a degree. If you've ever been in New York, you know what I'm talking about. Well, apparently they nailed the feel here, and we could see that from the very early footage, that they were gonna nail that. Another thing I'm seeing is that people are saying that this might be Tom Holland's best version of Peter Parker / Spider-Man yet, praising his performance and just how authentic Peter Parker feels, which again is great to hear because, hey, he's the star of the film, and this is a 2.5-hour film, so I would hope that you nail the feel and the vibe of the main character because, well, he's got to carry you through the rest of it. A few impressions on Hulk and
Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't like his version of Spider-Man because he seems to be kind of too young still. It's just something to do with his face. Maybe I'm comparing him too much to Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, or Andrew Tate. It just seems like he still looks like he's 15.
Punisher. People seem to love both of them, although I've seen a little of I'm going to wait and talk about the Hulk, so it makes me think that the Hulk fanatics who were like, this is going to be the greatest thing ever, Marvel fixed the Hulk, Hulk is the greatest thing ever, don't screw us up, Feige, smashy, 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 they probably might be pissed because, hey, the Hulk can't possibly win. He's got to be stopped. So I'm guessing they're going to take their anger out on the film or whatever they decide to do to stop the Hulk, which, it's got to happen. I mean, it just has to. I'm sorry to tell you. You got to get beat. I saw at least 3 people complaining about the Punisher, but they seem to be minor complaints from people that don't understand the Punisher, so I guess that's honestly just expected at this point. Or maybe they just haven't watched the MCU's iteration of the Punisher, which wouldn't surprise me, so they don't really understand the character, which again, fair enough, because hey, his backstory and everything is in another bunch of projects, so that kind of makes sense. On the other side, some talk about the visual effects and especially the suit and how they handle the practical effects and all that. It's getting a lot of praise. So things are looking really positive. I'm really intrigued to see how the reviews are gonna talk about this film and what's stated. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Let's see Alan in this one.
Well, Alan, we just got out of Spider-Man Brand New Day. And let me start with that this has the best action ever I've seen on film for Spider-Man. Best action, feels ripped from the comics. Love the action aspect.
Even some first-person perspective.
Yeah, like inspired by the video games. Mm-hmm. So the action, bar none, best we've ever seen in a Spider-Man movie. But there's major problems. For one, and there'll be no spoilers, it's like there's 2 movies. There's a movie that goes, that ends, and then there's more movie like a complete other movie. A different...
It's kind of spoiling it. However mild, it's kind of spoiling
movie. And I just, after a while I thought, can we just focus on Spider-Man? Way too many side characters that help Spider-Man, including like a cop that he talks to almost constantly, that leads him along, almost like a ghost sidekick, and they talk on the phone a lot.
I thought Alan was the one. I thought Alan was the one that said that Alan was actually quick score, and he's kind of spoiling it. Like, actually, kind of spoiling it. 'Cause it's kind of going detail.
That got kind of boring quick for me. So, while it's got great action, major story problems that turn me off.
See, he's always got a problem. She's never satisfied. Ever since Star Wars got turned to crap, Acolyte, he's just been so disappointed. Also, The Lord of the Rings, he's been so disappointed in just about everything major. He's never satisfied.
And a weird second half of a film. Alan, what do you think?
Well, I kind of liked it, but I feel like I need to see it a second time in order to get my thoughts together. But I feel like I need.
Alan, what do you think?
Well, I kind of liked it, but I feel like I need to see it a second time.
I think you guys should move out of the way of the center of the fucking door so that people can actually go straight in and not have to walk around.
In order to get my thoughts together. I'll say this. It's true. There are two movies here. And I think, for the most part, I enjoyed the movie. I had fun. But there's a part where something happens, something is revealed, and that's where the second movie comes in. Mm-hmm. And it literally slows the entire movie down. It's like you've got this momentum going, and something happens where you feel like, okay, maybe it's coming to a conclusion, and then it goes on and on. And I think in my mind I had to say, I really like this movie, but when it slows down and when it goes, I have to basically say, I can forgive it and then continue to like the movie. I think one thing people will point out is there's a lot of emotion in this movie. You see it in the trailer. This is about Spider-Man on his own, basically the hero with no friends, and that's a big major theme of the first movie. And I kind of liked it. Like, on his own, basically the hero with no friends, and that's a big major theme of the first movie. And I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the way it played out. I liked the way it resolved itself. But then again, it just kind of, the momentum just slows at the second movie. And it kind of picks up at the end as a superhero movie should, but it never really captures that energy you got. So I'm going to say overall recommendation, but not a perfect movie. And there's a serious flaw in the middle of the movie.
Spider-Man and the too many side quests. That's what I would retitle it.
But think of it as achievement points, like achievement goals.
Like a video game. Anyways, there are other problems, but you'd be getting into spoilers, and we're not going to do that because we're getting kicked out of here. So, Alan, what do you got to say?
Let's get out of here.
What's going on, everybody? This is an Out of the Theater.
That's why I do outside. I do out of the outside. I don't do it. I don't ever do it inside the actual building. I do it outside of it.
Reaction for Spider-Man, Brand New Day. This is the latest in the Tom Holland Spider-Man franchise. Tom Holland returning. This is the latest MCU film. So this is just my out of the theater reaction, social reaction. I can't drop a full review until the embargo lifts, but I'm just going to give you my thoughts of what I thought of the film. I'll tell you, what I really liked about this movie was the fact that, yes, after the events of No Way Home, they set it up. It should be a more contained Spider-Man story, and it is. Yes, you're going to have the big budget, huge moments, but it relies on a character study, and that's what I really enjoyed. Tom Holland is front and center in this movie, trying to really discover who he is. It's about maturity. It's about growth. You've seen the trailer with Punisher and Hulk and all that stuff, and yeah, they have those moments to make it feel like the MCU, and it helps continue the MCU as to what I really think worked. I think Daniel Cretton did a great job with not only the sound and the music and everything else too, but he does a great job in his storytelling. But I'm not the only one that saw it. Get over here. What did you think?
I absolutely loved it. Listen, I cried.
Yeah, of course you cried a couple times.
Cried, but
Emotional moments.
Yes, there were a lot of emotional, not a lot, but there was the
ones.
things that I was waiting for them to touch on. They touched on.
Do you like the Punisher?
And guys, I have to see more of the Punisher. He is my favorite. He's one of my favorite in the movie.
Yeah, and then so there are moments where we can't tell you about, but there's things you're going to anticipate, and I think it delivers. Only one post-credit scene, I'll tell you that. So make sure you check that out. But overall, this thing delivers, right?
It delivers.
It delivers.
And also for somebody who hasn't been in the theater, watching it, the music and being in the theater, I'm watching a Marvel, the sound, I felt like the room was shaking.
Yeah, it was
so good.
It was so good. I liked how it just changed it up a little bit, and it felt, it almost felt like a prequel to the other movies felt like a prequel to this movie because of that mature Spider-Man. I think that we've been waiting to see for a long time, and this is him maturing and doing these particular things. So that's just
character.
It is so about character. That was my favorite thing about it, was how much they dove into it. It's not that traditional. Like I said, there's some action pieces, but it's not that traditional blow things up. Oh, we have to wait on the next thing. Let's blow another thing up. Here's an alien. Here's this. Here's that. It's just a character piece of a Spider-Man movie, and it works. So I really enjoyed it. She really enjoyed it.
I listen, and when it comes out, you guys gotta go see it. It was so good.
So
I want to see it again.
There you go. So that's our thoughts right there. I was going to do a separate one, but look, you got all Sam's thoughts, and you're going to see. We're going to actually watch this again once it comes out on digital, the two of us as well. So it leads in to the next Marvel movie. But Marvel needed this win. I think they definitely got it.
They definitely.
And Sony's going to be happy too. So there you go. Those were our thoughts. Thanks for being here. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that button. Trying to get to 300.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
So I just got out of the theater from watching Spider-Man Brand New Day with my son. We'll share his thoughts at the end of this. Here's what I gotta say. Ever since they announced this movie, I was hoping it was going to be a little bit more grounded, street level, and really emphasizing New York City. And that is very much what this movie does. It is Spider-Man swinging from skyscrapers. Big parts of it are him solving local crime, working with the police. Not only do I feel like that's been missing from Spider-Man movies for the last over a decade, but also it's just missing from comic book movies. It's refreshing to have a superhero serving his community with small potatoes. That is a reference to something in the movie. Very clearly has a more mature tone to it. This is not a high school movie because he's not in high school anymore, and it naturally feels like it grows up a little bit in the tone, in the vibe of the film. It's still fun, still has humor. Loved Spider-Man and Punisher in this movie. They spend a lot of time together and have a real fun bromance between the two of them, different worldviews, different ways they do things. This movie's filled with twists, turns, surprises, so stay off the internet if you don't want much of it spoiled. And it's nice that it feels like a very populated comic book movie, where so often in these you go, why don't they go ask this person for help? Well, in this, he does. We'll say this, the third act, I think we might have a new third act trope. Last decade, it was the Skybeam. We've got a new one that is being established, that what this movie does in the third act, there's a lot of great things in it. And then there's some stuff that, has been in some other recent movies. It is a movie that probably has a few too many parts. They come together pretty well, but it's like, all right, you probably could have simplified this a little bit and emphasized the most important things more so than trying to do so many things. But overall, as someone that was very excited for this movie, I left totally satisfied, content with the movie that they gave me, and I think a lot of people are going to be really happy this weekend. Brought my son along. Here's what he had to say.
To me, this is the most comic booky of the 4 Tom Holland movies, and I really liked that. Like, it kind of felt like, to me, like James Gunn's Superman. Like, it just had like the most comic book feel of the 4 of them, just because it kind of just is its own standalone story. And Spider-Man and Punisher in this movie is great.
So you really like the movie?
Yeah.
Recommend it?
I like the comic book feel. I like that. Because it makes it look like it's not trying too hard to be the shit.
What's up, guys? It is late at night, but I'm going to give you a Spider-Man Brand New Day out of theater reaction. It's 1 a.m. here Eastern time, and that's because the embargo for even social reactions was at a certain time. So yeah, 1 a.m. So you guys are you night owls, you're getting an out of theater reaction. But before I go any further, this is an out of theater reaction. This is not a review, so I can't give you any I guess plot breakdown, spoiler type stuff, obviously. I can just give you my broad overall thoughts about this movie, which is what I'm going to do. And I will say right now, this movie, the trailer only really scratches the surface as to what the main plot of this movie is. So I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that. Things I really take away from this movie, I like that we have an adult Peter Parker. And I will say you will see more Spider-Man in this movie than you ever have, meaning that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, I'd say throughout at least like 75% of the movie. This is a Spider-Man movie. This is not a Peter Parker movie. Web slinging through the city of New York. This is something that I have complained about with these Tom Holland movies. Finally, they get it right. And I would even say this is some of the best web slinging work through the city. The scale is there for the city of New York. It looks massive, and the web slinging tricks and stuff that he does, the flips and all that, it's great. It's really, really awesome. This is a fun Spider-Man movie for sure if you're really into like the web slinging. That's one thing I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 really gets right. As much crap as that movie does get, I do think the web slinging in that movie is fantastic. And I think this movie is up to that level as far as web slinging. So your kids are going to have a lot of fun with this movie for sure. And also, the one big complaint about MJ Zendaya is that she seems to have sort of the same face. I would say, and I'm not trying to get your hopes up too much, but I would say this is the best performance she has given. And meaning that she's got a lot more to do in this movie than I think in any of the other previous Tom Holland movies.
Great. I was hoping for that because I'm so tired of seeing her. Like I said, she's always got this sad cat face. Like she's like Ned is always beaming. He's always happy. Let's try this. Let's do this. But MJ's like, I don't want to right now. I'm tired. I don't want to be here right now. She sulks. I'm like, man, can you just give us a smile or something? Can you do something more than just this? Like, how would you show up for a job? You just be frowning all the time. I'm hoping for that she kind of have a change of character, be a little bit more brighter face, smile.
I quite liked Zendaya here. So as far as characters, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about any of the obvious, the stuff that we've seen at the trailers. By the way, I only watched the first trailer. Avoid all other trailers for this movie. I have went out of my way to avoid anything, especially involving the Hulk. I know there were some Hulk trailers out there. I haven't seen them. I don't want to watch them. I loved the Hulk in this movie. I will say that. He looked freaking amazing. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you anything plot-wise. I think this is a really fun Spider-Man movie. I think you guys are going to have a blast with this. I'm looking forward to diving into the actual review where I can give you a little bit more about the plot, but it will still definitely be spoiler-free. This is a long movie, too. I don't know if it's the longest Spider-Man movie, but it's pretty close for sure. A lot of surprises here, a lot of stuff that you at least I think haven't seen in the trailers, at least for the first trailer. I was quite surprised by a lot of the stuff that was in this movie. Okay, so yeah, I think you guys are going to really enjoy this. Was I surprised as far as like liking a Spider-Man movie? No, I always have a good time with a Spider-Man movie, even the ones that I bitch about. Yeah, this one was really well done for sure, and I'm glad that they got a new director. No dissing to Tom Watts in the previous movies, but I only liked one out of the 3 movies for the previous trilogy. So this one right here, I would put it on par with No Way Home for sure. I think it's at that level. All right. So yeah, that's all you're getting. No more. That's the out of theater reaction for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Looking forward for you guys seeing this movie. Also, be sure to subscribe to Drum Dums Extra. Just dropped another video, Halloween related over there. You definitely want to check that out. Come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day on Fridays. Review on Fridays. Follow me Drum Dums and on my socials. Promote my Patreon. Become a channel member. Buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching every day. Drum Dum out.
Just got out of Spider-Man Brand New Day with the flick pick. John, what did you think about this movie?
Hey, listen, I had a good time with Brand New Day. I don't know if I loved the entire movie, but I loved some moments throughout the movie.
I got a little bit of the Peter tingle. I think the emotions were fantastic. Man, the practical stuff on display, the action sequences, the suit, it just looks gorgeous. The story goes in different directions, and at times it does feel a bit convoluted. It's kind of shooting too many webs, if you will, but it comes together with its emotions towards the end, and what it does with Tom's version of the character, John, I actually really loved.
Yeah, I think that's the best aspect about this movie. Hey, it's called Spider-Man. Everything revolving around Spider-Man, his character arc, Peter Parker, top tier, best parts of the movie. Everything else, take it or leave it.
Ooh, take it or leave it. What would you say is the most clunky aspect of this film?
The first 25 minutes of this movie for me, it just felt like a highlight reel, a montage, if you will, and it takes a little bit to get acclimated.
And it does come together, though, and I think some of the stuff with the Hulk, the Punisher, what we get, a lot of fans will be serviced, if you will.
I know, I was mildly serviced.
Mildly serviced.
Yes.
Did you fully get the Peter tingle?
I did, yes, and I think the title's fair. Brand New Day. He's moved on from some of the things in the past.
And we get a little bit of a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 developmental journey here, which for a lot of fans, they're going to love that, John.
I know I did.
Oh, yeah. That was cool.
Hey movie peeps, this is Jeff from Nibbles and Flicks. This is my out of theater at home reaction to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Social embargo drops at 1 a.m. and the full embargo drops 9 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. And I've been waiting to see this movie for a long time, ever since they announced that
the first
Dustin Daniel
social
Craven
media
was the
reactions
director of the film, especially because what he did with Shang-Chi. I thought he did an amazing job developing the characters, building the world, and also the set designs and the action pieces of this film I thought was really good for Shang-Chi, and that movie definitely deserves a sequel, but I was excited to see what he's going to bring into Spider-Man franchise. Something fresh and new. Not saying that John Watts wasn't good. I like what he did with the film and that he did for Spider-Man. They were more bright, colorful, and very fun movies when it comes to those Spider-Mans. But I've been waiting to see if we ever get that neighborhood friendly Spider-Man, that ground level, that emotional stuff. And after watching this movie, that's exactly what we get in this film. This is probably the most emotional, ground level, mature Spider-Man movie we got in the MCU, and it's just one of those things I've been waiting to see for this character for so long. We haven't gotten that. I want to say maybe possibly the Sam Raimi days. I want to say it's the best Spider-Man movie, but it's definitely one of those films where it definitely deserves a second showing for me to see where I actually rank it when it comes to comparing all Spider-Man movies. But what I like about the movie a lot is how Tom Holland and Dustin and Daniel Craven have Spider-Man in this movie. There's a lot of emotion in this movie when it comes to the maturity and things he's dealing with from the previous film and No Way Home, the choices he made, where he's sad, he's going through loneliness. He's very aggressive sometimes, and he's stressed out. And you see those things affecting him physically and mentally as well. And I thought they did a good job portraying that in this character, showing the growth of Spider-Man from where he was in high school to now he's a mature young man in this film. I also love the banter and brother relationship between the Punisher and Spider-Man, John Barthel, and Tom Holland's chemistry was really good, spot on in this movie as well. And also when it comes to the chemistry and the vibes that we got in the previous movies with Ned and MJ are still here as well, and I thought that was still a good point. And also when it comes to other secondary characters like Sadie Sink's character, and I won't go too far, who basically who she's playing, but you understand her motives, you understand why she's doing what she's doing, and I'm kind of interested to see what her story is going to be down the road when it comes to future films. And also finally the action of this film, the thing that I was really excited for, to see Spider-Man do some different kind of stuff, different fighting styles. And when it comes to Dustin Daniel Craven's movies, he's really good when it comes to the action pieces, and when it also comes to like the choreograph of the fights, and also when it comes to cinematography, and he does a very good job doing that in this film. Even with the Spider-Man Hulk fight, I thought that was very shot well and very choreographed as well too. But what he did with the hand, I thought was absolutely amazing. And I've been waiting to see Spider-Man do this type of fighting style and fighting someone like that in a movie in a very long time. You actually get it here. Now the movie is not perfect. There's some flaws with this movie. There's some times I roll my eyes because they could have done something in the film. They do something totally else, or they might take some focus away from Spider-Man and try to do other things. And I can see some people saying they might be trying to do something else for other films, like trying to set that up. But it's not a perfect film. There's definitely some flaws in the movie. I can see some people just nitpicking here and here or not liking certain things at all, and I can completely understand why. But at the end of the day, for me, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a really good Spider-Man. Definitely want to see it again and actually figure out exactly where I want to rank it at. But other than that, I think if you're interested in seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day, and you've been waiting for a ground level mature friendly Spider-Man, this is the movie for you. This is the one you've been waiting for the MCU once they first brought back Spider-Man back to Marvel. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about the film, how you're excited about this movie, and what you're expecting to see and get out this one. And let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next video.
Why do people have to make the same type of video? Videos talking about the same topic. Why do so many people have to make one video about the same topic? And this is, of course, regarding Emily Wilson's how she feels about Christopher Nolan's version of the Odyssey. You know, like she's known for making the modern day English version of the Odyssey, obviously. So she's not liking it. Anyway, back on point.
Check out my full review when I drop it, and I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.
Hey everyone, so I just got out of an early screening of Spider-Man Brand New Day, the new Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. My review's going to go up later today, but in the meantime, I wanted to share my initial reaction to this movie, my quick out-of-theater thoughts. So I rewatched the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies this past weekend in anticipation of this movie. And maybe it's because I just got out of the theater, but this one might be my favorite of the bunch. It's, if not my favorite, very high up there, and it's pretty high up there in terms of Marvel movies too. This movie's incredible. I loved how it felt connected to those other Spider-Man movies, but it also felt like a different kind of movie. There's a maturity here, especially with the character and the journey that Peter and Spider-Man go on. I thought it was really well done, and Tom Holland, he delivers a really great performance here. He gets to do a lot, and like I said, he delivers. The performances across the board are really good too. John Bernthal's Punisher, him and Peter have really great camaraderie, and a lot of comedic moments between those two. And Sadie Sink, not saying who she's playing, she's fantastic, just fantastic. The action here is so good. Like the scenes, the way it's shot, the way it's staged, some of the movements are so fluid. Some of the action scenes look like they're ripped right out of the comic books. Some of them look like, they're from the video games, and the CGI here is great too. The pacing is really good. I mean, this movie.
And once again, you're going to hear a lot of people say the same type of verbiage or words. They're going to say, whipped out of the video games, quote that, whipped out of the video games, comic booky. They're going to be doing that, doing all these out of theater reactions, social media reactions, they're the same thing. And also, secondly, out of the reviews. They're going to be doing the same exact thing. Just want to know, just see that.
For the most part, breezes by. It really never felt like it dragged. So, it moved along really nicely. And I think,
that's good.
It has the emotional beats as well. It's very heartfelt, especially with Peter and his journey and his interactions with certain characters. Just a gut punch at times. But I liked how this movie, moves Spider-Man's story, Peter and Spider-Man's story forward, and how it sets up for other movies. So I think across the board, really, really great job with this movie. I had a blast with it, a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch it again. So anyway, those are just my quick thoughts. Like I said, review will go up later today. If you're at all interested in my review, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Until then, thanks for watching.
Spider-Man Brand New Day advanced press screening. I made it here on time. My feelings going in is that this is a huge movie for the genre of superhero films. Not since Deadpool and Wolverine has there been really a surefire bet in regards to the genre of superhero films. They've been pretty underwhelming. One could argue that they've been pretty underwhelming the last couple of years. So got a lot riding on this. So I am very curious and very excited to see this film, and I will walk out and give you all my thoughts. We'll do several videos. We'll do a bunch of reactions, and of course, one with more full of a review and Easter eggs. Look out! Here we go, Spider-Man. Okay, getting out of Spider-Man Brand New Day. You got the display right there, and I was already told, even though it's a bench, I can't sit there for a minute because people want to take photos. Now I'm a bad guy. Listen, this is a great film. This was a lot of fun. What makes it great? Great storytelling. This was like a comic book story. This was really nicely told from a comic book sensibility, superhero sensibility. The humor was there inside the sensibility. Look at little Spidey right there. The humor was intact the whole time. Holland is the anchor. He's wonderful. And with no spoilers, you see him. We know his backstory with the other movies, so this continues that in regards to what would be the next step for Peter Parker and what he's going through. So that was awesome. The cameos weren't just mindless cameos, and they're more than just cameos. Some of these, which I was really surprised, had a lot of were very important to the story, which I was not expecting. I really, again, like, I don't know why I was nervous for this film, but this is probably the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. It's that good. It kicks ass. The pacing, again, the story, the way it's layered, and Sadie Sink's character. I did not know she was going to be that character, and I'm not going to say who that character is, but she was absolutely spot on. She nailed it. She rocked it. Zendaya's take on MJ this time around. She was going to be that Sadie Sink's character. I did not know she was going to be that character, and I'm not going to say who that character is, but she was absolutely spot on. She nailed it. She rocked it. Zendaya's take on MJ this time around. A very different yet very familiar, and she was wonderful. And of course, Jacob as Ned is they had some really great moments there, and you're wondering how is that possible. You're gonna find out. So I go back to just like, this is a great comic book story. This is perfect for the summer, man. This is a perfect superhero film. Will it save Marvel? It's a temporary reprieve, I believe. Temporary reprieve. This is like definitely building a lot of like great goodwill with Spider-Man fans. But you have Amy Pascal. She's a great producer. She knows what she's doing. So there's other implications with Avengers, and that you guys know what's going to be happening. So I'm very curious how it's almost as if Kobe Bryant set up a great layup for you. He set up a great play for you. That's what this movie did. How is Avengers, how's X-Men going forward gonna just, make that shot? How are they gonna do it? This is undeniable, man. It's highly entertaining. I freaking.
By the way, these are the removed roles that she played: Jean Grey and possibly Otto. Lily Parker or possibly.
Loved it. It was just a good time, and I was waiting for it to okay, no wheels are falling off. Oh my God, this is really good. Beautifully shot. Destin's a great director. The writing was exceptional, and the Punisher, Barenthal, big role in this movie. Lots more discovered. Check out all the videos we're going to be doing, shorts. We're going to be doing spoilers in the weeks and days to come. Latino Slant, look for all our coverage, Spider-Man.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is B. Avery with Just My Opinion Reviews. This is my second out of the theater reaction for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I had some more thoughts on my drive home. I did an initial reaction when I was at the theater, but this is number 2. First thing that I want to say that I forgot to say in my other reaction is there really is not a post-credit scene. I was expecting 2, but we didn't even get one. We kind of got like half of one. And so usually we get a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene, and that's not all the time, but there is no mid-credit scene. And at the very, very end of the movie, they tacked on something extra that was part of the promotion for the movie. It kind of does hint at what's to come, but not really, in my opinion. If you want to stretch like Mr. Fantastic, you may be able to connect some dots, but in my opinion, it's not worth you waiting. Now, as far as the movie is concerned, is this a good movie? Yes. Is this a great movie? Yes, it is. Is this the best Spider-Man movie that we've had since 2002 with the original with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire? No, the still the reigning champion, the best Spider-Man movie, in my opinion, is still 2004 Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 when he went against Doc Ock. That is still the great one, the greatest one. And then after that, I want to say that it's a tie between maybe Far From Home and No Way Home. Now, I did say that this movie was a great film. It is. It had a lot of heartfelt moments, but it also did have its issues, which I will be talking about in my non-spoiler review that drops at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, the 28th. And the studios will ask you to take your reaction down if you give too much. But this was a good movie. It's a great movie. I think you should see it in theaters. I think you should reserve your seats and, you know, do all your cosplay and all that. But, you know, it's not the best Spider-Man film. I was kind of going in with the expectations that it may be, that it does have potential. But one thing I can say is I did feel the length in this movie, coming in at 2 hours and 25 minutes. And this is not a spoiler, of course, or anything. I'll just say that I felt it tried to juggle too much. And I'll leave it at that. And so just tailor your expectations. This is just a reaction. Okay. I have to keep it very, very vague. Not going to spoil anything. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. It's not the best Spider-Man movie. You know, but some people the thing about it is there are some things in this movie that they did better than any other Spider-Man film.
Good.
You know, I just like, wow, I've never seen that before. That's cool. And I like that this feels like a new director. You can tell that, what is this? Dustin Daniel Cretton, Short Term 12. Here you go, right here. Yeah. He has a completely different style than John Watts. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And so I did enjoy the movie. I did, but it's not the best Spider-Man film by far, remotely. So again, subscribe to my channel. Check out my full review when it drops in the morning. But guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget, I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace. And I'll see you next time.
I just got out of watching Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is my out-of-theater reaction. Just saw the movie. Had to wait till 1 a.m. to post this, so I'm asleep right now. Stay tuned for my full review coming in a matter of hours. I can't post that yet, so this is just a social reaction. Not a lot to say, because I can't obviously get into spoilers or really say much. In terms of Tom Holland Spider-Man films, this movie delivers on the most visually impressive web swinging, the coolest Spider-Man things, again, being very vague here intentionally, and the suit that we saw, of course, you know, in like the BTS videos and the Instagram posts from, I think that was that was over a year ago. That all looks the best. I think it is the best looking Tom movie of the 4. It delivers on character moments, specifically character arcs. There are some emotional moments. It actually excels when it's focusing on Peter's grief, moving on, going into a new phase of life. Thematically rich film here. Lots more to say in the review. Obviously can't say much here. Not a traditional Spider-Man movie in a sense. Can't say why. Kind of diverts from being a full-on Spidey movie at one point in favor of maybe looking ahead a bit. I can't say much here, obviously. I'm being very vague, but I'm getting all into this in my review. I'm laying it all out. I left the movie thinking there were some high highs. Simultaneously, a tad underwhelmed. Can't say much else other than that.
It's a Spider-Man movie. You're going to get some classic Spidey moments, an emotional watch, and lots more to say in the review. But are you guys excited for this one? Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to that notification bell, and again, in a matter of hours, my full review is dropping. Stay tuned for that for sure. But thank you guys, as always, for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Christy and Alonzo, we are out of the theater. Literally out of the theater. We just saw Spider-Man Brand New Day at the Grove. This is a quick little social reaction. Full review coming tomorrow. That's Tuesday. Alonzo, you've got to go jam home and pound out a review before 6 a.m. Pacific tomorrow.
It's true.
So practice now. What are you going to say?
I was delighted. I think that Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the way it's written, the way he acts it, adds a human element that's missing from a lot of other superhero movies. I mean, Peter Parker's kind of our Job. He's just long-suffering, and every time you think he's caught a break, something is going to come along to fuck it up. But yeah, this is, Dustin Cretton, Daniel Destin Cretton takes over.
Daniel Cretton.
It's a lot of names.
Destin Daniel Cretton.
Yes.
So sorry.
Takes over the directing reins, and look, he's an accomplished indie guy, but he's also the guy who gave us Shang-Chi, which is, I think, an underrated MCU entry.
Yeah.
And so the action sequences are dynamite, but I think there's a lot of humanity here in terms of Peter having to sort of reconfigure his relationships with MJ and Ned, his friendship with the Punisher, his relationship with a police captain.
A person we really love.
Yes.
So happy to see her.
Played by Liza Reyes. So yeah, there's just a lot going on here that's really effective. This is a movie that takes a stab at things like love and death and sacrifice and guilt and regret, and I think comes away with it pretty well. What'd you think?
It's really fun, and for a while in the beginning, it feels like a live-action version of like the Miles Morales Spider-Verse movies in the way it uses space and movement. And he's such a lovable character. I love Tom Holland in this role, and to see him interact with Ned and MJ is funny and light and playful, but like so bittersweet, and you feel that torment if you know what happened at the end of the last Spider-Man movie. It drags a bit in the third act.
I disagree, but okay.
Okay, so it's like 2.5 hours long. It feels like it drags a bit in the third act, but some really great supporting roles, I'm going to say that, that made me laugh and were also kind of heartbreaking. What else?
And definitely, if you're here wondering how are we moving forward the MCU story on the whole, there's a lot for you in terms of characters you already know, and also nemesis that they've been not really springing on us until now. So, this does a good job of being this movie, but it's also doing that thing of here's what the next couple of movies might be.
But not in a way that feels forced.
No. That's it. Like I say, it does it well.
Like we spend time with these people. It's not all like let's get to the next thing.
Yeah, no.
You really, really care. Love the score.
Yes, Michael Giacchino kills it again.
Anyway, we'll have more thoughts for you tomorrow, and we're going to leave this theater eventually, and we will see you very soon. Subscribe.
Thanks. Bye.
You're going to see Spider-Man Brand New Day tonight early. Come along with me for my out of the theater reaction. But before we get to that actual reaction, my journey to there, just to say this, I have been so out of my mind excited for this movie. I think if you guys have followed me for a bit, you know how excited I have been for this. Each trailer, it's just my excitement has gotten bigger and better than the last time. And coming off No Way Home, which for me is just an unequivocated, like, true love letter to live-action Spider-Man movies. No matter what you have on your feelings on that movie, I think that movie was great. I think it was a great ending to this first Homecoming trilogy. And I love viewing the Homecoming trilogy as an origin story for this version of Peter Parker, because I loved all the different versions of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. So this movie is like one of the few where I've watched the trailers. It's like I can kind of piece things together. I feel like I kind of know where things are going to go, but not a lot of stuff is leaked out. Not a lot of things have come out about the movie. It feels like we're very much in the dark on this. And I love having that feeling where I'm going to go into this. I know there are certain scenes that need to happen or certain placements of that all, but it's been like 4 or 5 years since we've seen this version of Peter Parker. And I'm like,
bring it on, baby. Bring it on. We got the Hulk. We got Punisher. This is just one of those movies that I'm ready to just give my over and my all to. So I'm excited to go to this. My wife's going to come along with me. So let's head off. Go see Spider-Man. Brand new day. Got my awesome shirt. This shirt's awesome, but I'm very excited. So let's just do it right now.
Huh. All right.
We just both got out of Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is my wife, Cynthia. We both love the character of Spider-Man. We both loved the last movie. And now since the social media embargo has just lifted, I can post this and talk about it. But not a lot, and no spoilers, because there's a lot to spoil in this movie. My God. People who've never watched the trailer for this, like, because you didn't see a single trailer, so you were like, oh my God, right? Your thoughts. Just quick little 2-sentence thing.
It was what I wanted.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
From the next installment?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't cheesy.
I love that. It felt mature.
Yes.
More mature than the last trilogy, which is what we needed.
Yes.
For me, you guys will hear my reaction just in a second, but I loved it. I'm officially back home from watching Spider-Man Brand New Day. As my wife had said in the car, she thoroughly enjoyed this. As you could tell, I thoroughly enjoyed this. And to give you kind of just a little bit more of a quick reaction, since again, I cannot say too much because the review embargo lifts tomorrow, I just have to say, this is exactly what I tweeted out. It's everything I hoped it would be and more. This is a tragic yet poetic odyssey about what it truly means to feel alone, only to realize you may not have to be alone. It's thematically beautiful while still delivering an endlessly entertaining Spider-Man adventure that feels and never feels overstuffed. Nearly every character serves Peter Parker's journey, making every moment feel purposeful. Tom Holland gives the best performance as Peter, but somehow Sadie Sink might just deliver and steal the entire movie. Best action and web slinging we've ever had from a live action Spider-Man movie. I am floored by this movie. I am floored with what Destin Daniel Cretton did here. I am just genuinely like this in a way feels like a passion project that it feels like Tom Holland really much wanted to deliver to the fans, and I am hyped. There's one post-credits scene to the movie just as a heads up for every single one of you guys, and yeah, I can't say anymore. All I know is that I'm very excited to see everyone's reactions, because as a Spider-Man fan, as a lifelong Spider-Man fan, as someone who loves Spider-Man so much, he's my favorite superhero of all time, this delivered. So thank you so much. Follow for more. Look out for that full review, and also a ton of Spider-Man content coming later this week.
Yo, what up, people? You know what I'm saying? Just left the theater, as you guys see right there, for seeing the new Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, how did I feel about this one? I've never recorded like this before, but how did I feel about this one? So, I will tell you guys, when it comes to and I'm not putting no spoilers out, nothing like that, but when it comes to personality, I felt like, I told Corey this from Double Toasted, I said, man, this movie has the most amount of personality from all the Spider-Man movies. I mean, I'll get more into it in depth in my review. My review will drop very soon. But it's got so much personality to look at this film. Like, there were scenes that didn't have to go as hard as they did. And what I mean by that is, like, I feel like a regular director would be like, okay, we're going to have Spider-Man shoot webs, like, doing this, doing that, right? But, you know, that's it. This director, I think he did Shang-Chi and he did Wonder Man, I think. And I loved both of those. And he takes it a step further, right? You kind of see it a little bit in the trailer, but I'm like, damn, like he ain't, like my thinking was he did not have to go this hard, but I'm so glad he did. The director, man, I gotta give so much praise to the director of this film. Another thing, man, Tom Holland, I just saw my boy Odyssey, and he killed it in this one. Yeah, damn, Tom Holland going crazy. But man, I will tell you, as hyped as I was for this film, right? This was my second most anticipated movie of the year, right behind Avengers Doomsday. And I'll tell you guys, I think it lived up to my expectations, right? Like, I'm not gonna full on say this because I'll put this more in my review, but this, I think, is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. Like, all of them, out of all of them. I gotta rethink about it, you know what I'm saying? And like, go home and sit down and think about it more. But there was no point in this movie where I was bored. No point where I was like, all right. Like, and it's crazy because this movie has a lot of emotion dealt with it too. Now, if everybody's caring about, people in the comments, Sadie Sink, what's going on with her? They answer her character like midway through the movie, right? So you'll know exactly who she is and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They uncover her character. But I thought she did great too. But man, there's so much I want to talk about with this movie that I just literally can't. I just feel it's like, yo, don't spoil nothing and stuff like that. Man, there's stuff dealing with like other characters that I can't even explain. Like the whole like Sadie Sink thing, I don't think is the biggest thing in the movie. Like, to be completely freaking honest with you guys, there's some other stuff where I'm like, oh damn, like this is dark, this is crazy. But yeah, man, action wise, just look wise, personality wise, man, this movie blew me away, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I literally booked another ticket to go see this movie on Thursday. Like, we saw it, I see right there. We saw it today. Today's Monday, and I'm gonna go see it again Thursday because I gotta say this is one of my favorite. I did think this might be, god damn it, I did think this really might be, like, especially from the Tom Holland ones, this is my favorite from the Tom Holland ones. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like, like especially from the Tom Holland, damn it, I did think this really favorite. I did think this might be, god damn it, I did think this really might be, like, especially from the Tom Holland ones, this is my favorite from the Tom Holland ones. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like, I liked the last one, the No Way Home, I liked it, but I only liked it in the theater. Like, if I saw that, when I saw it at home, it was a little bit different, you know? But this one is like, I mess with the story. I really like the story in this one, honestly. So I gotta rethink about it, but this one might be my personal favorite from the Tom Holland ones. But I just gotta rethink about it because I really like the second one too. Well, Mysterio, I rewatched the second one last night and absolutely loved it. So yeah, man. And also I'm gonna add this movie juggles a lot. Like, there's a couple different things going on in this movie. And I think this movie did a great job at handling everything. Man, my out of theater thoughts, loved it. You know what I'm saying? Gonna go see it again. Just bought my ticket to go see it again. And yeah, man. I'll see you guys in a full review. God damn, I can't say it. Full review will drop like in the morning sometime. I don't know. I gotta go home, record it, edit it. So yeah,
thank you.
All right, everyone, we just got out of seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day. Wanted to go ahead and give you our out of the theater reaction. Look, I had such a good time with it. It's fantastic. I have no notes. It's fantastic. The action, I thought, was really well executed. There were parts where they took Peter, Spider-Man, swinging through the buildings and he swung with him, and I thought that was so cool in the story. I was invested in every aspect of it. The emotional parts of him being just so lonely and that how it affects his everyday life as Peter, but also as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I have to admit that's something that they had a lot more in there than I thought they were going to. A lot more feels, a lot more. They did a lot of character development in this, and I really was afraid that going into this, they were going to just like use all these cameos that we know that were in there because of the trailer. But I think they did a great job on making them not just cameos, but some ways that they actually add to the story. And there's a few more in there that they have not shown, so it's a big surprise when you do see them.
Yeah.
And I like just the way they handled this entire movie.
I really think that I had the same worry as Dustin. I was like, look, it's gonna be cool to see, like, you know, Bruce Banner in this, we see the Punisher in this, but is it gonna be like in there for cameo sake or what? No, they absolutely serve the story. I love the chemistry between Peter and Bruce, as well as Peter and Frank. Just wait till you see it, you know what we're talking about. And we're gonna stop there because this is just an out of the theater reaction. As you can tell, we enjoyed it so much. Stay tuned for our full review coming soon to the channel.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another round of early reviews and reactions to cover from a recent screening, and this one is for a huge movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is arguably the most anticipated movie for a lot of people, but before we get into it, please do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and click that bell that we're notified every time we upload. We do these for every huge movie as long as the reviews come out early enough, I'm there to cover them at least, and we got quite a handful. It just had its premiere and also was screened to the press, and the review embargo lifts extremely early tomorrow, so by the time you're watching it, maybe the Rotten Tomatoes score and more actual in-depth reviews are up, or at least they should be. But to me, that screams confidence in the movie. I'm really excited for this movie. I'm really hoping that, it's another great installment, at least, into Tom Holland's Spider-Man journey. I've absolutely adored Tom Holland's Spider-Man. A lot of people have their issues with him or his movies and how they've depicted him in some ways, but I've just thoroughly enjoyed his trilogy and can't wait to see where it goes next. But yeah, I don't want to waste any time, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into these reactions. This first one that we have comes from The Hollywood Handle, and they said Spider-Man Brand New Day is not only Tom Holland's best Spider-Man movie, it's one of the best Spider-Man films, period. Super emotional and heartfelt, packed with unforgettable moments and an amazing direction. It perfectly captures what makes Peter Parker such an enduring hero. I left the
Then we're just gonna go to the next one.
It's a brand new day, so that means brand new shirt. Because Spider-Man gets a new outfit, that means I get a new shirt, or at least a different shirt. Is it pink to you? Anyway, Spider-Man, brand new day. Let's talk about it. No spoilers. What's going on, YouTube? But you guys are having a great start to your week because the moment we've been waiting for is finally coming for everybody this weekend. That's right. We're talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. With Sony Marvel Studios Spider-Man movie coming out this Friday. Get a chance to see it early thanks to Sony and AMC. You guys, I love you. You're the best. Starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, John Bertho, a lot of people in this movie. And Sadie Sink's character, who I'm just going to say off the bat, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but
okay, right.
She's pretty good, and that's all you get. Maybe. Anyway, Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Got a chance to see it, and is the movie good? I'll say for a Spider-Man movie, I had a pretty good time with this movie. I really enjoyed the thing from start to finish, but the last 10 minutes, the last half of the movie kind of made me a little, I don't know, just being honest, like I was with the movie up to the 80% mark, and then like the ending of it was kind of just like, I think I need a second watch. I'm sure I feel about the ending, but the rest of the movie was great. Loved it. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you have a great time with it. I feel like this has like the best Spider-Man isms, Spider-Man web swinging, Spider-Man stuff that you ever seen on the big screen. In this movie, it was great with that. Shout out to the visual department and special effects department, even though a lot of the stuff first half of the movie was like all practical and shit. Until you get to like the second half where it's like, yeah, just that's CGI. But it's good CGI. Let's get to the good and bad. Why I feel like Spider-Man Brand New Day is officially in theaters this Friday. Of course you're going to see it because you're a Spider-Man fan. We all love Spider-Man. We're going to see Spider-Man, so here's why you should see it. Right now, here we go. About adding in the movie. Like I said, all our favorite players we remember from No Way Home are back in this film. We got Tom Holland, Zendaya, we got Jacob Bolton, we got everyone. The crew is back. They're back, but not like back. They will get back, but they're not back immediately, you know what I mean? Peter Parker is officially like adult Peter Parker in this movie. Like I said, he's the Peter Parker that we're like kind of like used to. He's kind of like Tobey Maguire when we first saw him and way back in the Stone Age. He kind of reached that point in his career just in movie 4 now. But he's Spider-Man, he's on his own, he's fighting crime and shit. Life's great until, like I said, things start happening. He starts, mutating and shit. And then, yeah, it gets bad. Don't worry, he's got Zendaya by his side, right? Zendaya always makes things great, unless you're not a Zendaya fan. You're just over her. But she was still MJ in the film, and I liked her. Yeah, I will say that the supporting cast of this movie really steps it up compared to other Spider-Man films. Like I said, it gave me that No Way Home kind of feel without it feeling like big multiverse thing shit. Just for back home, boots on the ground Spider-Man story was great. I actually like the villains in this movie too. They surprised me. So like I said, I never thought we'd ever see an on-screen Scorpion. Scorpion was pretty good. And that Scorpion fight was great. And then of course, like I said, Sadie Sink's character. Oh man, I don't want to spoil it, but you're gonna. I feel like I'll say this. What do you think about Sadie Sink's character? Yeah. That's it. Plot of the movie is pretty simple. Pretty much you got Peter Parker, who's 4 years after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, and now no one remembers him, so he's just a full-time crime-fighting spider person. And then, he starts mutating and things and trying to figure out what the hell's going on with him, while there's other threats happening that may or may not be a certain person, I'm not gonna say. Pretty much just know that Spider-Man's like, yeah, I don't have the Avengers or Tony Stark to back me up this time, so I gotta really solve this shit on my own. And yeah. Oh, I want to say it so bad, but I don't want to spoil it. So I can't wait for the spoiler review to really talk about this shit. That's coming Thursday night. Okay, good in the movie. What's the good? Well, I will say the Spider-Man effects, they're awesome. They're great. Loved it. Like I said, the practical effects in this movie are absolutely stunning. Like, this literally doesn't feel like the CGI Spider-Man web swinging we become accustomed from the last film. It really feels like, whoa, this is really a guy swinging off of the buildings and shit. Like I said, there's that certain part of your brain that's just like, that's a real person in a costume doing crazy acrobatic shit. So I like that. In the first half of the movie, second half, like I said, it's still Tom Holland doing his stuff. stuff, but you could tell like that's CGI Tom Holland. Plus the cameos in the movie, other cameos. Just say, like I said, you see the shot in the movie, you already know. I'll leave it like that. Watch the movie, and then you'll know. Also, that Bruce Banner just transports back into the Hulk. For the Hulk fans, you're gonna have a great time with that, because I feel like this is like some savage Hulk and shit. Getting Hulk. They were like the themes and the story of the movie too. Because like I said, this is really a Peter Parker that's totally by himself. But it really reminded me of like the first two Spider-Man films, the Raimi films, in that sense, and I like that. I didn't think I'd get that in Brand New Day. It was a really good character deep dive with the story they were telling with Peter Parker in this movie, and it was great. Nice callbacks to certain other Marvel films, Spider films in the previous MCU lore. The other time, the Doomsday, I'll say the movie itself doesn't really tie. It's kind of its own solo Spider-Man adventure, but there is a post-credit scene that's like, okay, yep, the Avengers, okay. There you go. Feedback about the movie, the fact that, like I said, the last half of the film, I was kind of just like the last 25 minutes. There was certain calls in the movie that was kind of just like, oh, why are they doing that? One of those things you'll watch, you'll be like, I think I did a second watch to like, why would they do that? But you'll see the film and then you'll know what I'm talking about. End of the day, Spider-Man Brand New Day was still an amazing Spider film. I had a great time with it. Definitely rank it high among my favorite Spider-Man movies, and you just can't go wrong with that. Perfect way to end off Spider movie season with Brand New Day. Like I said, Tom Holland was great. We got Zendaya. Okay, great special effects, great acrobatics, great action in the movie. Like I said, Sadie Sink's character, you're going to be like, called it. Maybe you won't call it. You'll be like, didn't see that coming. Good going, Marvel and Sony. That being said, I'm going to still give it a high rating. I'm going to say that Spider-Man Brand New Day is definitely a very strong 9 out of 10, which is definitely worth seeing and owning on digital and Blu-ray. Spider-Man Brand New Day, especially in theaters, Friday. Let me know your thoughts on it. Talk about it. See you guys for the spoiler video. Talk about the ending. So yeah, enjoy your week. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.
I like the Final Fantasy edition.
Uh-oh, look at those feet. You know why?
My Solomon's.
There she is. Look at how bright that light is. All right, so Sam, we are here. What are we here for? We're here for...
Yes!
She's ready. It's your first Marvel movie. How excited are you?
I'm so hyped right now. I haven't seen a movie in the theaters, and any MCU movie in the theater.
Ever. So you're pumped and ready to go. People are excited to see. They told me I had to take you. So they're going to see a reaction, but it won't be a first time watch. It'll be your first MCU. It won't be a first time watch. So what are you expecting to see out of this one?
I'm expecting to see what happens with Spider-Man once he sees, like, you know, the girl and his friends, and how he's going to come back from all of that.
Yeah.
And how Zendaya's going to, like, also, how they're going to reconnect. Because I know they're going to reconnect.
The only thing I'm bummed about, people are going to yell at me for, and it's fair, I didn't get a chance to show you much Punisher stuff. You haven't seen much Punisher.
Don't worry about it. But thank you guys for, you know, telling him to take that. I won.
You won this time.
I won this time.
I can't promise Doomsday.
Oh, no.
All right, so I'm just going to post this up real quick. And what we're going to do, here's how we're going to run this. I'm going to do my out of the theater reaction. It'll drop at 1 a.m. East Coast time, because that's when the embargo for social drops. Sam will pop into that briefly, but then the review embargo drops at like 6 in the morning East Coast. So Sam's going to do her out of the theater, but she's going to give like a non-spoiler review. So we're going to do essentially two videos. So just be on the lookout for that. And if you're brand new to the channel, you've never been here before, make sure you check that out. So I'm going to post this on social and YouTube and all that. And, you know, just to let you guys know what we're up to. So we'll see you guys really soon. If you want to check it out right now, shape.
What's going on, guys? I'm Ryan D.
I'm Angela.
And we just got done seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. This movie is emotionally definitely high tier Spider-Man. This is definitely the emotion that I wanted out of a Spider-Man freaking movie. John Berthos, I don't care, like, he's a supporting character. He fucking steals the show for me. Oh my god, I love John Berthos as Punisher. I mean, you can't get any better than that. John Berthos' humor is fucking amazing. I love John Berthos. Fans are gonna love this movie. Angela, what's your take on it?
I loved it so much. Yeah. I didn't want to go in with too much expectations. I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. But I loved every bit of it. It had action. It had emotion. It had so many great little Easter eggs, crumbs leading up to the new movie that's kind of gonna come out, Doomsday. So hopefully we get that continuation into that. But this is a great, great film, especially considering you said it was the fourth film.
The fourth Spider-Man movie, first ever Spider-Man actor to get a fourth film.
So I mean, it was wonderful. If you're a Marvel fan, Spider-Man fan, you're gonna love this film.
Definitely.
Please don't miss out on it. It is a great, great film for the summer.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more than enough. I know tickets already sold. Go see this movie 2-3 times. Go see it again. This movie is definitely, fans are gonna love this movie. They really, really are. And if you don't, shame on you. Shame on you for not loving Spider-Man. You just do not love Spider-Man. Whatever. Yeah. All I gotta say is that I know people have said it. You know, Marvel's kind of been in a slump, and I agree to it. And here's the thing: Marvel's back. This movie is great. Everything's great about this film. There's a little tidbit comedy that I felt like that did not need to be there, which Marvel is notorious for doing. That is having this emotional scene and then be like, hey, like I'm just like, what WTF? Like I'm all like, no,
that didn't bother me.
No, like they didn't do that at all. Like maybe once in this movie, and I'm all like, wow, Marvel has really, really thought about character development and change and everything. But hey, whatever.
Yes,
hey,
it's a really, really well written out story.
Yeah,
definitely tugs at the heartstrings.
A lot of Easter eggs here, guys. We're not gonna mention it. We're not gonna mention it. Full spoiler, full review will be coming out tomorrow. This is at midnight, so full review coming out tomorrow. We'll go more in depth on it. But yes, definitely go see this at the biggest screen possible, biggest theater. Obviously, it's not gonna be in IMAX because the Odyssey's taking over the IMAX theaters. But anyways, go see this movie, guys, in RPX. Go see it because this is a great. Tom Holland's fantastic. Zendaya's freaking amazing in
John
it.
Bernthal's fantastic.
I already said John Bernthal's. All right, and then of course, I can't say who, but you guys will definitely be like, everyone will be all, everyone, yes, the reveal. Yeah.
Surprising characters definitely gonna shock you.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, we'll say yeah. You know, if you know, you know. I'll say that. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. I'm Ryan D.
I'm Angela.
This is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe. We'll see you at the movies. We'll swing in your way. Laters.
All this time, I can't believe I couldn't see you. Kept in the dark, but you were there in front of me. Kept in the dark.
Ever since Spidey did the final swing in No Way Home, we all said that suit has to be the result of him getting inspired by Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's. Now, Tom Holland and the director of Spider-Man Brand New Day both confirmed that this is exactly what the suit is, and they will address this in the film. Spider-Man Brand New Day is almost here. And what we're seeing in Spider-Man Brand New Day in terms of the suit is that most people have stated that it's likely that the suit looks the way it does just like the final swing suit, which this suit is pretty much similar to, except it's less shiny, was inspired and based on Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield's suit from No Way Home. Well, in the press rounds hyping up Spider-Man Brand New Day, the director and of course Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland, were recently talking about this, and they said that yes, the idea was with this suit to focus on the elements of the other suits that worked, and that the MCU was built on Spidey taking influence and inspiration on the suits we had so far, from Homecoming to the Iron Spider to all the other suits based on MCU influence. But after Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No Way Home, the suit was positioned as an upgrade based on the other Spider-Man. And they both confirmed that in this universe, that after meeting the other Spider-Man, Peter realized he's sort of becoming his own Spider-Man, that he needs to do his own thing, and that the end result is the final swing suit and the new Brand New Day suit that he loved of the other Spider-Man suits and incorporating it into his own. From the way that the suit conforms to his body, to the raised webbing, to the logo, to the web shooters, to all these elements. And this is all connected to the other two Spider-Men, directly having a major influence in his character growth. And you need to appreciate this because this is sort of like what we all expected and wanted to see, and that everybody sort of said, hey, his suit definitely looks like it's inspired by it. Are they going to tell us this or confirm it or whatever? And apparently, that's exactly what it is. And there might be some passing mentions of this in the final cut of the film as well from what they were teasing. And, you know, it makes sense. Like, you look at his suit, you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely all the best elements of every suit so far in live action. You can see the MCU influence, you see the Raimi influence, you see the Amazing Spider-Man influence. Like, it's all here, and I love it. Like, I don't think they can make a better suit than the one from Brand New Day, honestly. Unless they were to somehow incorporate an element or two of the Insomniac suit, which I absolutely love, I think then it would absolutely be just a tad bit better and more perfect. But that's a personal preference because I know not everybody loves that suit. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.
That's it. Well, let's see how it is. It comes out.
Expectations. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So, how we got? Like and subscribe if you want to see more. I know you can barely see my face right now. I need to get a new lamp. I get ready to get some breakfast, so I'll be sure to check this movie out. I'm scheduled to see it 2 days from now at 12 and again 7:30. So, if all goes well, I will be seeing it twice on the same day. And I will have my review. I will try to have my review out by Friday, meaning that I give myself enough time to record and pretty much try to be non-spoiler. Maybe I'll take some notes. But so see you later.